fresh.
Something fresh. Okay, something fresh. Right. Does anyone have any idea what is the seminar going to be about?
Young learners.
Okay.
Young learners. We're hoping.
Young learners. Okay, you are helping to learn something new about young learners, right? Yeah. Okay, right. Who has experience of teaching young learners? One. No. Or no. Okay. Never mind. This is opened. Birthday greetings keep coming. Okay, right. What's the youngest age you've ever worked with? Let's start. People who have ever worked with children younger than 4 years old. Worked. Not had their own children. Worked, yes. Younger than 4. Wow. You can see that those are very
People who are living with the children.
Yes, this is a special category. Yes, they also count.
I'm very interested.
Okay, right. The next thing, from 4 to 6. 6, 7. That's 4 to 7. Okay, even more. 7 to 11.
And so on.
No. Okay, let's try. 11 to 14.
12 till 16.
12 to 16. Okay, right.
Up to
nice.
100.
And up to 100. Okay, sure. Like, to eternity and beyond, if you've seen this cartoon. Okay. So in that case, you are quite experienced. So you can tell me any ideas what makes young learners very special. Let's do like that. When we talk about young learners today, we mostly mean kids from 6 to 9 years old. Okay, but everything that I'm saying can be referred to a much younger group if you think about how to change these activities, right? And also to much older groups. So it's up to you. But any special things that you can tell me about from 6 to 9 years old? Anything special that you've noticed working with them?
They're very special.
They're very special. Yes, absolutely. Okay. Any ideas?
Aliens.
Aliens. Why? Why?
For me, it's my opinion.
Okay, what makes them special? Sorry?
They
can't concentrate.
Yeah.
Okay, so
They have no experience in
for
concentration.
concentration.
Yeah.
Any idea why it is so?
Low attention span.
Yeah, very
No
good.
patience.
Short. Yeah,
Short.
Call it
Yeah,
short attention span. Yes, absolutely. Span. Yeah, right. How short is the short attention span?
3 minutes.
5 minutes. Okay. I think it depends, actually, right? We all know children who can't concentrate for longer than 2 minutes, and we all know some children who are very special and can sit like up to 10 minutes quietly, okay? But the general idea is that each 5 minutes, young learners require something new, yeah? Which means you've got to be very active and, just keep it up, the speed and so on. Okay, anything else? Poor concentration, short attention span, absolutely. So what we should do about that, we decided that variety of activities. Any ideas how these activities should be, paced? For example, which activity should go after which activity? Like active, passive activities. Well, it's clear. I'm sure that you will see that it's clear that if before that you had some quiet period when children were sitting and writing or drawing something or coloring something, probably after that they would be a bit tired and they would want to move. Okay, right. So a variety of activities and active activities. Okay, it should be with passive activities and vice versa. Okay, so it goes like that. Okay, any problems with passive activities? Like writing?
They don't like.
They don't like. Why? Why?
Not everyone.
Okay, yeah,
But
there are some kids who like. Okay, why?
Some kids.
Why they don't
They
like?
can't do it well.
Okay, yes, right.
I think it's the same because of the concentration. They can't. It's hard for them to concentrate and to understand what to do.
Okay, yes, there were several items. Poor concentration, yeah, this is one thing. But another thing, it's hard to do. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
For example, he can concentrate, but he can't do it well, and because of it,
yeah,
it's difficult.
skills, right? their hand just cannot,
yes, some
cannot
problems
do
because
this. Yes, his little movements. It's difficult for them. If you ask them to color, I don't know, a circle, you know, or I don't know, normal adult would do it something like that. Child, you know, plus minus 10 centimeters. It's not because he doesn't see it, but because he can't do anything about it. So we haven't really bought anything to erase, right? Yeah, we forgot about that. Okay, never mind. Yeah. My hands. My hands. Oh, thank you very much. No, nothing. Okay, right. Never mind. So while some people go on the quest, yeah, I like sending people on quests. You will find out in this. Okay, so poor motor skills. What can be done? Oh, thank you very much. Or what should be done about that? Should there be done something? I don't know. Can you do something to change that?
Just develop them gradually.
Of course.
Well, first of all, you've got to keep it in mind, right? I mean, it's really bad idea to give some long task in writing because they just can't perform it. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we're done with. Okay. Anything else? Who has worked with Kids Box? Kids Box? 1, 2. Okay. Have you noticed how many coloring tasks there are? It's not because the authors like coloring so much, because children like coloring, obviously. And the second thing is that actually coloring helps them to build up their motor skills. It helps them to keep, you know, the line and so on. So when we talk about development of motor skills, if we think about state school, you know, and how do they do that? When children are learning to write, mostly they do it by doing prophecy, you know, so they do different boring things like that. That's what my daughter does at school, you know. And then, I don't know, trying to write these letters, which is hard to do, right? But it's not the only thing. This is like, this way is not fun. It should be done, but this is not fun. Coloring is the fun way to do it. That's why authors of the course book pay so much attention to coloring, actually. One of the reasons, I would say, because it also helps to build up motor skills. Okay. Right, there was some third point, but I don't remember it now. If I remember it, I will tell you. Okay? So poor concentration, poor motor skills. There was something else that you said. No? Okay. It doesn't ring a bell. Okay, anything else? That's it? Poor concentration, poor motor skills?
And what about different attitude of different kids?
Okay, interesting. What do you mean by that?
Because one of them today in a good mood and he wants to do something, and another one, yes, he comes
very
and
good. Yes, very good. It has a name, actually. Low self-control. If you imagine how our mind works, you know, different areas of core, you know, our brain core answer for different things. So little kids, the frontal lobe core is not developed enough, and this is the part which answers for self-control. So obviously, maybe they want to work, but they can be, I don't know, today I'm not in a good mood, today I don't want to do that. Tomorrow I don't want to write, today I don't want to read, you know, and so on. So low self-control is what all kids have problems with. So it can be, like, they can be moody, okay, anything else? How can it show? Thank you, yeah, I got it. Okay, anything else?
Very excited, extremely excited. On the contrary,
they just can't sit still.
Hyperactive.
They are hyperactive. Yes. Well, actually, they are just active, but compared to an adult, you know, it's kind of hyper too much. Okay. Anything that can be done about that? I mean, if the child doesn't want to do something, what do you do? Make him do it anyway?
No, to make him be interested in it, of course.
Till he changes his mind. Right. I would say like that. Teacher should be flexible.
Of course.
Right? Really flexible. So we all know that sometimes it's better not to insist or something, but just do some other activity instead. Because you were ready for a variety of activities, you have something else, And sometimes the choice of activities is just not logical at all. I mean, sometimes you can see that your children begin to misbehave. This is what this activities, hyperactive situation is what many teachers call like children are misbehaving. When they start misbehaving, little kids, we don't talk about some extra situations, bad words and something, but the normal situation where they just can't sit anymore. Some teachers try to give some more writing task or coloring task, which is quiet exercise, passive. Actually, it should be something active. And this is the one that we are going to talk about it. So, if they are moody, if they can't sit still, be flexible. Do something else. Okay? Do not insist. Okay, anything else?
They have different cognitive skills than adults.
Okay, yes. And first of all, this is poor analytical skills. First of all, that means grammar. How do we teach grammar?
They can't really understand abstract
They
ideas.
can't. Yes, they can't understand abstract ideas, which means that should we teach grammar?
No.
Not really.
No.
In classical way.
In classical way, yeah. In
No,
classical way.
of course we should teach them, but not in classical.
Okay.
Appreciate.
In samples, something like this.
Right.
Yes,
So
because,
Patterns.
yes,
Yeah,
repetition patterns.
actually, it should be in a natural way.
Of course.
The way children learn mother tongue, and we're going to talk more about it. So grammar should be natural, which means they have, you should build up the base, something to analyze later. Because at this moment, they don't have anything to analyze. If you just say, this is present simple, we're going to work on that, it's no good, right? What you should do is to give them more examples of present simple without telling, yes, without naming it. No naming, no grammar rules. Just a lot of usage, a lot of practice, and after that, little by little, build up grammar skills. It's nothing to brush up a bit later. So for the moment, there are some parents who come and ask crazy questions, like, I don't know, my child is 7 years old, that's his second year in your institution, and we haven't done any models yet. Or when is the present
He doesn't
perfect?
speak fluently.
Yeah, and he don't know. This is another good idea, but still. So, what I'm saying to such kind of parents, if we don't have this grammar topic in our course book, written in contents section, it doesn't mean that we don't do it. I use it at the lessons, and they use it little by little. Modal verbs like can, in questions like can you ride a bike, can you draw, can you swim, and so on. Present perfect in questions like have you done your homework? Right? That's the first example of present perfect they will ever know. Okay, and so on. So on one hand, that means that you shouldn't give grammar in a classical, let's call it classical way, but you should keep in mind that you shouldn't limit your speech in terms of grammar. It doesn't mean, the fact that they do not know this grammar doesn't mean that you should limit yourself and not use this grammar in speech. Your speech should be simple and clear, but do not use present simple only. Okay? Present perfect is okay, future simple is okay, whatever. Okay, anything else that poor analytical skills mean?
It's
No
a list of
abstract
criticism.
Why?
Why? Because poor.
No,
You should have phrased it differently, like low.
It's not poor. It's
against it.
right. Oh, okay, true. Okay. Right.
You can't teach them like abstract or difficult vocabulary, obviously, for the same
Yeah.
reason.
So actually, you should remember
that any abstract things, even like, I don't know, words like noun or verb, they just do not know what it is. I mean, remember how old they are. Sometimes it seems that it's obvious, and I sometimes hear this question like, haven't you studied that at school, like about nouns? And I know they haven't. Or they have, but they don't remember what it is. So just keep in mind about poor analytical skills. It's interesting that we keep avoiding the most important, well, two most important points. What could that be? Okay, so the first most important point for me is that this is natural age for language development. It's so-called sensitive period. When children start learning a foreign language, if they are in age from 6 to 9, this is still a natural period which started very early, like from the moment when they were born, right, until it closes like at 8, 9 years old. This is the reason why we should tell our clients that you've got to start learning English early. Lots of parents think that it's important to start early, but they do not understand why. They have this feeling that it would be easier if you are younger, but they don't realize why it is. Actually, this is natural age for a language development, even if they native language. If you compare a speech of 5 years old child with a child who is 7, I'm sure that you will see the difference. Yeah, everyone who has children or has ever worked with children know the difference. Then 7 and 9, different structures, right? So language is still developing until 8 or 9 years old, and this is the time which you should grab. Just do not let it go. What does it mean for us as teachers? Actually, this is the most important part. Have you ever heard of acquisition of data? Yeah, do you know what it is? Any ideas? Acquisition? Right.
It's like natural intake of the language. When children don't learn, they don't like cram the language, sit down and cram the language. They just like absorb it, I guess.
Yeah, right. Okay. So this is our chance to make the first meeting with a foreign language as easy as possible. The way they met the first language, the mother language. Okay. How did they do that? If we try to analyze, what does it mean for us? So. First of all, when the child started, when he was born, a baby, how did he learn a language?
By listening.
By listening. Okay, so first of all, this is silent period. These children had quite a long silent period when they weren't supposed to say anything. They were just listening and absorbing the language from the outside. People who spoke to them spoke in pleasant voices. Not like, why haven't you done your home task? Okay? It was nothing of that kind. So pleasant voices. They tried to use a little bit simplified, slow speech. Right? So, how are you today? A very, very good
Articulation.
Yes, very good articulation. So, if you speak quickly, your children just do not understand you, and it's natural. And that's why many teachers say, "I'm speaking English to them," and they just, "What? Speak Russian." Okay. So, simplified, slow speech. Okay. The next thing. If they couldn't talk. Now they can speak, but they can speak in the first language. They cannot speak in the second language. So, and sometimes they could be afraid or anything.
do not force. Nobody forced them to speak. Think about how long the silent period actually was. From the moment the child was born and till the first words, it's almost a year. So 1 year of listening. Yeah?
Sorry, should we ask questions as we go, or
Yeah, sure.
Because I have a question
Yes.
on silent period. If you've sort of finished with the main
Okay.
points. So we as language teachers often experience. I had a boy who did not want to speak English for a year, and I couldn't understand, was it the silent period, or was he just resistant,
Or was he lazy?
or he was lazy, or
And
he
how
was
old?
just resisting. He was about 10 years old. And
Or was it his natural instinct? Yeah.
yeah, and, we as educators, we have to deal not only with children but with parents, and parents come to you and say, why doesn't my son speak? And this is month after month after month, and what
That's a
what
very,
is our
that's a very
reaction
good
should
question.
be?
And I think that actually your reaction should be to explain the parents. You should. It's impossible. Yes, it's impossible.
So
I know.
keeping silent for a year for a child is okay.
For some children, it is okay. It's not okay for all the children, but you should remember that actually it is pretty difficult when you start speaking a foreign language. So I can see that some people they imagine faces of parents who came and say why isn't my child speaking?
Is it possible in our school?
All right. And one more question.
Yeah,
All right.
right.
Whether the silent period is not so long as you have just mentioned,
okay.
yeah. For example, they make first attempts,
Yeah,
to say
right.
something, to repeat, to parrot some words. For example, in the case of with my grandson, yeah. But it seems to me very often that he tries to invent his own language.
That's very
Yes. Should I correct him?
No.
Or should I let him speak in his own way?
Okay, it depends on how old he is.
4.
4, okay. Well, it depends on the word in that case. Okay, so little kids, the moment they start speaking, okay, one more student, very nice. Okay, any desire to speak should be met with gratitude, and I don't know, fireworks, and hooray, hooray! Finally started. Very, very positive feedback. Very positive feedback for any sign of activity. Let's say it like that. For any sign of activity.
But still, so is it a silent period? I mean, should we explain it to the parents that your child is just going through a silent period?
Why should
It's nice to ask parents about what happened when this child studied the first language, because some children start speaking very early. They I don't know, 6, 7 months. It's not sentences, of course, but sounds, words, and so on. And some children keep silent until they are more than 1 year old. I knew a child who kept silent until a year and a half. So that was his natural reaction. So I think what you should do actually is speak to parents, and discuss with them. Maybe if you find out more about his past, you will have clearer idea of his future, kind of thing. And another thing which is important for us, during all this silent period, this boy or girl, this child, he was surrounded by background, by language background. Everyone around spoke the language 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all year round. And when these children come to us, on one hand, they are older, so it shouldn't take so long. This is what I'm talking about. But at the same time, this time which he has for being involved in English is very, very limited to 2 or 3 hours a week, which means that we cannot afford, to waste this time speaking Russian or Ukrainian or whatever. They had only 2 hours a week to be involved in English. This is very limited. This is the reason why you should always try to use as much English as possible.
just preferably whole lesson should be in English. And many teachers say, but is it possible to talk to them in English? They wouldn't understand me. Of course, if you use your adult phrases, probably they wouldn't. If you simplify your language, if your language is slow, they probably would, because of their natural period, they are much better at guessing meaning of words, much better than you are, actually. They get used to the fact that there are words that they do not understand, or even whole phrases that they do not understand. Doesn't matter if it is a foreign language or the first language. There are lots of things that they do not understand. So they are very good at non-verbal clues, at different pictures. How can we explain it if it's not translation? How can we explain it in words?
To mime.
Gestures.
To make a gesture.
Yes, use gestures, draw pictures. That's the way they learn. Bon appetit. That's the way they learn in the mother tongue. So why don't we do the same for foreign language? I just do not want to be sidetracked by this. Okay, another thing which is very important is that this silent period at the same time had involved all senses. This language background included everything. Children learned by doing, children learned by listening, children learned by speaking. Whatever they did, whatever was around, it was all in a foreign language. So in the first language. So we should try to make our classroom as close to that language background as possible. Posters on the walls, if possible. If not possible, then at least on the board. Books in English. Everything that we say is in English. Try to ask them to use as much English as possible. Talk about this with parents and try to make your point that it's very important to do something outside of classroom. If they say, we don't know any English, how can we help? You say, but you don't have to help. You have to organize language environment. Buy books for children in English. Maybe they won't understand the word, it doesn't matter. They can take a look at the pictures. Listen to English-speaking music at home. Just you've got to prove to parents that it's not only you, who cares about English, and it's not only your responsibility. That yes, you can organize this 2 or 3 hours a week of English, but the more they help outside of the classroom, the faster, and better will be the result. And it's not important whether they know English themselves or no. Cartoons in English, films in English, songs in English, everything around should be in English. Some families have satellite channel, in English, and they don't use it. So just turn it on. Let it be like a background. Okay?
It's not necessary even to have a satellite channel.
Well,
a great many of our local channels can can offer a great many developing programs, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but not all development programs are good. That's the problem.
This is a part of the parents, responsibility of them to choose, to make a choice.
It's just, sometimes it's hard for parents to understand what is better, for their children, really.
I would watch many of them.
Another thing.
I have my preferences about Diego. Okay. Traveler, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you watch something in English?
Yes.
Oh, right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. If we still talk about it, what can you recommend? Like parents saying, okay, what can you recommend? Diego. Okay.
No, and
why not? It's nice. Let's share experience.
Of my bosom friend, they've they downloaded some on their iPhones or laptops, I don't remember, especially as a program, so I'm not a very advanced user of all these stuff. So they downloaded some specialized programs, British probably, from British sites, and their child, he's 1 year old, or 1.5, sorry. And he admires these programs, and he pronounces more words in English, tries to parrot, tries to repeat, than he says in Russian.
Okay. Yeah. Any
So
examples?
very, very, very attractive.
I see. Do you know the name?
All right, I'll ask
No,
them
you
about
will ask,
the,
okay.
the programs
Does
that
anyone
was, but I
know any
don't know by
names?
myself.
When I was little, I liked Muzzy in Wonderland, but I think
Muzzy.
now it's a bit outdated. I don't know actually. Do
They
you
still
use
love
it?
it. They still love it.
Yeah,
sure.
Muzzy.
The second part is worse than the first one, but still, the first one is great. Yeah, it's you don't need to understand everything. Yeah. Well, second part is higher, than the first one. But still, they don't need to understand everything. That's the main idea that parents should understand. It's okay not to understand something. They can guess. Okay. Anything else?
Walt Disney cartoons.
Walt Disney. Okay, Walt Disney cartoons. Paul, any recommendation? I'm sorry, keep eating. Yeah.
Magic English.
Yeah.
Oh yes, Magic English.
Actually, yes, it's okay, but I wasn't so enthusiastic about that. I mean, this is not an authentic material, if you know what I mean. Children understand very, very. I don't know. They are very good at guessing. Which material is authentic, which means that it was designed for fun, for entertainment, not for learning the language. And which was designed to teach them English. So Magic English is a nice thing, but they understand that it was done to teach.
No,
So
we like that very much.
some of them don't. My group was like, oh, okay, we're studying again. I don't know. When they see Muzzy, they don't understand. So that it's like teaching, Okay, Walt Disney is definitely authentic. Anything else?
Wallace and Gromit.
Wallace and Gromit. It is nice, but they speak like
Educational.
they don't talk much.
Again,
Wallace-
If you
educational.
don't
with
use
tasks.
the worksheets, it's not education. You can just watch it as a cartoon.
Yeah. Actually, worksheets were designed later, I think.
Yeah.
But the problem with Wallace and Gromit
Muzzy
is
is
that
also education.
Yeah, educational.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah,
considered
but-
to be
but it's-
educational,
but
of
it's- Yeah,
course.
that's not so clear. With the problem with Wallace and Gromit is that there are lots of words which are quite difficult.
But
Actually.
you just said that they
Yes,
like to guess.
Yes, but it's okay. So Wallace and Gromit, there is Shaun the Sheep. Have you seen Shaun the Sheep?
I think so.
It's from the same team. Okay, which is very popular nowadays is Peppa the Pig. Have you ever seen Peppa the Pig? No, really. These are short cartoons, like 20 minutes long. They are very nice, in very clear vision. So Peppa has a little brother. She lives in a family with mom and dad, and sometimes she goes shopping, sometimes she has new shoes. The language itself is very, very clear.
And it's for this age, for children of this age?
Yeah.
And where can we
They
take
like
it? Can we download or can
Yeah.
we buy?
Yeah, I think, I read copies on the internet.
Yeah.
Right, in contact.
But there is a Russian version.
Ira, can you download it for our library?
In English.
I don't know where to download it because I always use Contactia. So if you just
Well,
insert
YouTube, you can find
Peppa
anything,
the
yeah.
Pig. If you
Really?
just
There are
Peppa the
downloads
Pig.
of any cartoon,
Yeah,
really.
okay. So Peppa the Pig is great, actually. Another thing that I quite often do, I sometimes show the cartoons that they love, which are on TV at the moment. Any ideas what they can like?
Oh,
No?
my children loved How to Train a Dragon, but they were so frustrated that it was in English. They were like, "No, please, let us watch it in Russian, please, please."
Right.
They were just very
But
frustrated.
still, it was a long cartoon.
It was.
Long cartoon makes them more frustrated because the longer it goes, the less they understand. and Peppa the Pig is like 20 minutes long, so and you can divide it. Like 10 minutes today, 10 minutes later. I don't know, when it's interesting that all kids know that. Phineas and Ferb? Compared to Peppa the Pig, Phineas and Ferb are for older kids, right? Here, the language that they use, it's not bad, but it's just more complicated. Peppa the Pig is for smaller kids, so the language itself.
Tell the age approximately, maybe.
Well, Peppa the Pig would be from 5 to 9 or 10. This is more like for 8 to 12, 13, but actually I love it myself. Really.
You are the same age.
Yeah, so the same age. But Peppa the Pig also, I know lots of adults who love that. My Little Pony. Yeah, any series, you know. So they're short, so they don't make kids so frustrated. Really. I don't know. When you start searching, I think that we should organize someday a special seminar probably about what kids watch these days. These are just some of the names. Okay, actually I didn't plan it at all. That's not part of the seminar. I just got carried away. Okay, anyway. So my idea is that episodes and series are better than long time, you know, full time cartoons because they're shorter. Okay.
That's true.
Yes, that's true. Both for teachers, you know, and it's more convenient for us as teachers. I mean, we don't have to think like, I've got 1 hour and a half. How should I fit, I don't know, one hour and 45 minutes into 1 hour and a half? You know, should I tell them and watch the rest at home, or what? You know, cut in the most interesting part. Okay. So another thing which I find important and which brings us to the second part of our seminar, so to say. Kids, well, two things, okay. First of all, this is how after the silent period, how the speech becomes understandable, comprehensible, okay. So first they start making sounds, right? This is like different levels. So from sound level to separate words, right? Any ideas what comes next?
Phrases.
I would say
Phrases.
word combinations, I would say. Word combinations. This is in between, yeah, like the simplest sentences. I cannot write and talk at the same time. Sentences, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know how they say about George W. Bush? They said that he was so stupid he couldn't walk and talk at the same time. I cannot write and talk at the same time. That's my problem. Okay, so sentences, then speech. Text.
Yeah.
Well, text or speech, you know, so are, I mean, connected. Yeah, the idea is that sentences are somehow connected into one thing. Okay, this is important to remember, you know, and whatever they say, you know, some parents come and say, like, when are our children going to speak in complete sentences? And what they should understand, and first of all, you should understand it yourself, that actually the child doesn't start speaking in sentences straight away. It's okay to start with separate words, and the first words would be probably nouns, you know, because they are easy to touch, and so on. Right. And also, sounds, they get perfection, you know, through the time. Okay. I'm trying to think of several ideas at the same time. It doesn't help. Right. Probably the last thing, the most important part, which would connect this part and the second, is that kids are kinesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean? Oh, welcome back. Hello.
The more senses are involved, the better it is, right?
All senses, but first of all, touch.
Touching.
Yes, touching.
Mm-hmm.
They like touching. They learn
Through touching.
by touching and doing.
And what about different skills of kids at the same time? If one can do it quite well and another one can't do it?
That's mixed ability classes. Yeah, that's. It's just I'm trying not to get carried away at the moment. Sorry, what is your exact question?
Exact question about different abilities of kids.
It happens.
It happens. And,
That's
but one of kids watches another one, and at the same time he doesn't like that he can't do it. What should we do?
I would love to answer your question in one sentence, but I'm afraid that it's impossible. If you are interested in mixed ability, let's meet and discuss it some other day, because that's a very, very big topic, okay? And it's very good that you asked. Thank you very much. Okay, so they learn by touching and doing. What does it mean for us? People who want them to sit still and write in their notebooks and listen to the teacher silently. Sorry?
Impossible.
Impossible. Okay. That actually, if we want to teach them something, we've got to keep them active. As active as possible. We should make sure that they are involved physically in as many activities as possible. On one hand, it's easy to understand how to involve physically if you think of physical breaks. Lots of teachers have breaks. Do you have breaks with your kids?
Of course.
Yeah. What do you do?
Different movements, different exercises.
Okay, right. Yes. Okay.
Jump, run,
Stretching,
play
jumping.
games.
Yes, play games. Okay, right. It's easy to
Dance.
see how to involve. Very good. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, it's easy to see how to involve physically during the break, but how to involve them during the lesson. Okay. And what I'd like to talk about is actually how to make them active during all these stages. Okay? Just let's discuss some examples. Okay, some practical examples. Let's get practical. Are you ready to be active?
Cool is the first one, of course.
Cool is the first one. Actually, everyone should be involved. Remember, yeah, all students should be involved. So let's start with sounds. Okay. Any ideas how you can make them active with the sound? At the sound level? Okay. Remember that kids keep
To
silent.
mew, to bark, to swim like
We
a
go to
bird.
the forest
Yeah.
and meet
Nice.
different animals and ask them to pronounce
And what
different
do they
sounds.
learn?
Alphabet.
What's the outcome?
Letters.
Important.
First of all, they will learn to imitate the sound, probably.
Imitate
They will
the sound.
try to reproduce
And-
it by
and-
themselves
and-
and to imitate after you.
And pronunciation.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Pronunciation
Okay,
skills.
that's a good idea, but I'm trying to imagine faces of parents, when children come home. So what did you study today? Today we studied the cow, how the cow moves.
But no, it's not for the whole lesson, of course. It's
Yes,
only
of course. But because the most active exercises, they are
the most
remembered
active.
better. So after your child comes out, he won't remember what you were writing or listening or whatever. He remembers the active moments.
All right, you will say to their parents that we are practicing, we are making phonetic drilling.
Yes.
Okay, very nice. Phonetic.
You should sound clever, yeah?
Yes, they will know us. Sounding clever is a very important feature for the
Yeah.
teacher, Feature number one.
Yeah, for parents.
Okay, yes. Could I please divide you into two groups? It's very nice that there are 8 students, because we can divide like the first group and the second group, okay? Yeah, right? Okay, right. So the first group,
We are cars.
your sound is
I'm a dog.
okay. Shh. Okay. Shh. Say shh. Shh. Paul. Shh. Shh. Can't hear you. What? Very good. Yes. Your sound is very good. Shh. Shh. Good. Okay. Group A, show me how you clap. Clap. When you hear shh, clap. Okay? Shh. Shh. S. Sh. S. S. Sh. S. 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 Now, she sells seashells by the sea shore. Good. Okay, so you see, I really like that you smile. Okay, so that's natural reaction. Okay, so the simplest thing that you can do is to make them react physically for some kind of sound. Okay, so this time it was clapping. Any other variants? What else can be done?
Jumping.
Jumping. Okay.
Standing
Stamping. Stand up. Sit down. Okay. Right. Another variant. It is more connected. Well, it's in between sounds and words. But I like it because it's authentic material, okay? Done for English-speaking children to work on their speech in natural English-speaking environments, right? So, who knows the song about bingo? Bingo? Paul? Bingo! There was a farmer? Bingo? Others? No? Okay. Right, talking about what can be done and drilling. Okay? I have a computer here. I hope it's works. Yeah! Okay, lots of congratulations. Never mind. It used to be... Oh, you can see Phineas and Ferb, by the way. I've got lots of it. So here goes bingo. Okay. All my students love bingo very much. If we have the internet. Do we? Okay. Right. And I don't want you to see it passively. Remember, all students should be active. Yeah, okay. So it's not necessary to stand, but please do everything that the song says. Okay? Show me how you clap. Okay, show me how you stamp. How do you clap your stomach? How do you clap your head? Be careful. How do you jump? Monkeys. Jump! Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Let's stand up. And now, let's go. Ready? Go quickly. Oh, okay, ready?
Bingo was his name, B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O.
Okay, dance.
B-I-N-G-O, and Bingo was his name.
Ready?
Clap.
Clap. Listen.
There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. I-N-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name.
Okay, ready?
Pat your legs.
Pat your legs. Good.
There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. M-G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name.
Come here, dance with me. No, you don't want to dance today. Okay.
There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. G-O, 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 and Bingo was his name.
Now careful,
Pat your
careful.
head.
Pat your head, careful. Okay.
There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name. Oh,
Good.
oh, and Bingo was his name.
The last one. Ready?
Jump.
Jump.
There was a farmer had a dog, and Bingo was his name.
Come on.
And Bingo was his name. B-I-N-G-O, B-I-N-G-O,
Do all five.
B-I-N-G-O, and Bingo was his name. Oh.
Thank you very much. You may sit down. Okay, right. So this is an authentic material. It wasn't made for language learning. I mean, not for foreign language learning. Any ideas what kind of skills could be built? Sound-letter combination. You know the connection between sound and letter. That's the first time when they start analyzing that word consists of several letters, and each letter is responsible for several sounds. Okay, right. So sounds. Okay, right. Some fun with words. Any ideas what can be done with words? Huh? No? Okay. What topic are we going to study today? Come on. Paul?
Food.
Food. Okay.
Are you hungry?
No. I am. Okay. I want when we were talking about short attention span, we were talking also about memory, I guess. By the way, do you know how many new words it is possible to learn at once?
5.
5. Actually, it's 5 plus
7.
minus 2. So the maximum is 7, the minimum is 3. So I want 7 words on topic food, you said? Yeah?
Food.
Okay, please.
Banana.
Ice cream. Let me write it like that straight away. Okay? Like this. Ice cream. Okay. Banana.
Oh, come on, ladies. Aubergine.
Aubergine. Okay. Anything else? Prawns. Like that?
Yeah.
Shrimps.
Oysters.
Okay, you got 3 children, you know about that.
Vika used to
Cauliflower.
teach children
What is that? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4. Number 7. Word number 7.
Something
Your
difficult.
favorite food. Your favorite food.
Cake. No, it's not.
Sorry,
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Okay, chocolate. Now, what I do with that, I want my kids to learn these words, to know how to spell them. Normally, they might know them, how to pronounce them, how they're pronounced. But
And they know the alphabet, yeah?
they know the alphabet. It's not necessary that they know all of the
But how
alphabet.
do they spell? How do they spell if they don't know the alphabet?
They know how to read these words, okay? Because this is whole word approach. They might know. This is what I want them to learn. Today we are learning these words. Strange words for kids who do not spell yet, but still. Okay, today we are learning these words, and I want to pay their attention to spelling of these words, okay? And I need a volunteer.
Can I use that? A volunteer, please. Okay, come here. Come here, Zoe. Come here.
Okay, can you see this? Normally I would erase it, but today I want to leave it, right? This is for you. Any ideas what it is?
A newspaper.
Is it paper?
Pointer, yeah.
No. This is a volunteer, okay. These are nasty bugs. Okay? Bugs. Bugs? Okay. Come here. You are going to kill these bugs for us. Okay. Yes. Banana. Prawns.
Oh, okay.
Ice cream. Yes! Very good. Okay. Chocolate. Shrimps. Very good. Thank you very much. Okay. Thanks a lot. Okay. Oh, yes, yes. Okay. Now you give commands. Okay. Another volunteer? It's fine. Come on. Okay. Now, you give the command, okay? You command the bug killer, okay? Your word?
Cauliflower.
Cauliflower.
Clever you are.
I have smart kids,
Yeah.
okay? Shrimps.
Prawns.
Chocolate. Okay? And one more word?
Ice cream?
Ice cream. Very good. Thank you very much. Okay. Normally, the first time I ask a volunteer, no one volunteers. Then I say, okay, I will show you. After I show, there's a whole bunch of people like, I want, please pick up me. Okay, so they do like it.
Do you do a round with everyone?
I'm trying to do, yes,
it takes a long
at
time.
At least. Well,
1
we
minute
have
for
like
each
six,
child, I
7,
think.
8
Yeah,
children.
yeah.
It's fine. Okay, sometimes I divide. Some children prefer to command. They do not like really hitting the bugs. Okay, I have one strange girl who wanted them to be rabbits. Why? Weird, She wanted to kill rabbits. The weirdest moment was that after killing, she took red marker and said, "Wait a second, blood." That was the weirdest thing I've ever heard from a little child, but still. Okay. Second thing you can do, well, actually all these games are TPRs. You know what TPR is? TPR?
Total physical response.
Good! Okay, we know these terms, very good. TPR stands for total physical response. Okay, and actually nowadays almost everything is TPR, or everything that involves whole body movement. Everyone is TPR. But as for me, the classical TPR is activity which I do with all the students. Could I ask you to stand up?
If you're
please?
happy and you know it.
No, please, because I need you. Okay, everyone come here, please. Let's stand up. Okay, come here, because I don't want you to be near chairs or anything. Paul. We have an exceptionally shy student today. Okay, so before that we studied, for example, classroom objects. Okay, well let's make classroom objects today. Can you show me the table? Table. Okay, touch the table. Go and touch the table. Touch the table. Okay, good. Touch the board. Touch the board.
I'm not so clever.
Okay. Wrong. Okay. No. Board. Okay. Touch the computer. Go. Okay. Good. Touch the door. Touch the door. Okay. Right. Touch a teacher. Well, actually, I said a teacher, especially not to be run over. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, no, I would say the teacher if there was only one, but here I prefer to a teacher. They know, but I would suspect that you would know that by now. Okay, thank you very much. You may sit down. Right. Okay. So
Children like this game.
what's to do if it's not furniture? You say, okay, so it's good if you study furniture and classroom objects. Colors, okay, it can be something else if you have either pictures with objects. So you can put, I don't know, a picture of a mouse in one corner, I don't know, cats in another corner. It could be whatever. Or more difficult level is you write the word. Like with here, I wanted them to make this connection between how the word sounds. You can get it back.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, how the word sounds and how the word looks. Yeah. So the same here. You can write words, and it can be anything. It's funny to try to do it with adults. Well, your group should have really good sense of humor. But actually after they do it for the first time, normally they laugh so hard, and these words they remember for all of their lives, really. Because adults just do not expect to run around. Teenagers also, so surprise them. It's not only children whom you can surprise by that.
Okay, right. What else have I got? I'm a very lazy teacher. I should admit that. Probably it's too bad that I have to admit it in front of administration, but never mind. I am a lazy teacher, so most part of my activities do not need any preparation at all. What I do, give students a piece of paper, let them work. It's not you who is working, they are working. Okay, one piece of paper for one student.